all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect. So in this video we are going to understand how to add industrial machinery and equipments IndiaMART leads and inquiries to Salesforce. So do you also use IndiaMART to sell your products online? Then this video is definitely for you. So over here I'm doing the same. So I'm running a business related to industry, machinery and equipment, and I use IndiaMART to sell my products online. So now what I want is that as soon as a new inquiry or a new lead is received from my IndiaMART account, automatically the details for the same should be added in my Salesforce account too, so that my sales team can follow up quickly and efficiently. So to do this, we are going to create a connection between IndiaMART and Salesforce. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So do you also wish to learn this process step by step? Then let me take you to my computer screen. Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video we are going to understand how to add industrial machinery and equipment IndiaMART leads inquiries to Salesforce. As you know that I manage industrial machinery and equipment business, and we receive a significant number of leads or inquiries through our IndiaMART account. So to enhance our lead management process, what I want is that as soon as we receive a new inquiry or a lead from my IndiaMART account, automatically the details should be added in my Salesforce too. This allows my team to maintain a centralized and organized records of all the incoming inquiries, making it easier to track customer details, product requests, and follow-up status. By automating this process, we save valuable time on manual data entry, minimize errors, and ensure that every potential customer inquiry is addressed promptly. This improves the customer service and more efficient sales operations. So to do all of this, I have simply opened the landing page of Pabbly by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy. So as soon as we're going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the other one is sign up for free. So if you're a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month. But I'm an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in right over here. And as soon as we are going to click on sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm going to click on access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account. And as soon as you are going to click on access now, it is opening my dashboard. And to start with this automation, we are going to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here I want to save the workflow in this folder which is automations, and I want to name my workflow as add industrial machinery and equipment IndiaMART leads or inquiries to Salesforce. And then we are going to click on create. And as soon as we are going to click on create, it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So here we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. And by this you can finally understand that the actions are response towards the command given by our trigger. So in order to start with our automation, we have to select our trigger application. So for my trigger application, I'm going to select it as IndiaMART because I want to capture the leads and inquiries received from IndiaMART in my Salesforce account. So that's why we are going to search for IndiaMART and then we are going to select it. And now it is asking me to select the trigger event. So basically trigger event is the event on which the workflow will start. So over here what I want is that as soon as a new lead is received, my workflow should be triggered or started. So I've selected the same as my trigger event, and as soon as we are going to select the trigger event, it is giving me a webhook URL. So we're going to use this same webhook URL in order to create a connection between our IndiaMART account and our Pabbly's workflow. So what we are going to do is first we are going to copy this webhook URL and then we are going to follow this help text, and it is saying log into your IndiaMART account, navigate to the lead manager section in the left tab, go to import export leads. So we are going to open our IndiaMART account, and as you can see that this is my IndiaMART account. So now what I have to do is I have to go on the left side bar, and as you can see lead manager. So we have to go on this lead manager and then we have to go on this three dots which is menu and then import export leads and then push API. And as soon as we are going to open the push API, it is asking me to select the source. So here you can see that it is saying choose other in the select source option. So you have to select other other as a source right over here. So over here I'm going to select other as my source, and as soon as we are going to select the source, it is asking me for the CRM platform name and the webhook listener URL. So again we are going to follow the help text, and it is saying enter Pabbly Connect in the CRM platform name. So we're going to enter Pabbly Connect right over here in the CRM platform name, and then for the webhook listener URL we are going to paste the URL which we copied from our workflow. And after doing all of this, I'm going to click on save details, and as soon as we are going to click on save details, it is asking me for the reason why do I want to shift my IndiaMART leads and inquiries to another application. So over here I'm going to select the reason as this, which is I can easily assign leads to my sales team and manage their performance. And then we are going to click to generate OTP right over here, and now it has sent me OTP, so we are going to enter the OTP, and after entering the OTP we are going to click on submit, and as soon as we are going to click on submit, yes, you can see integration live. So yes, with this we have successfully connected our IndiaMART account with our Pabbly's workflow. But over here you can see that it is saying waiting for a webhook response, and in the notes it is saying now log into the application where you have added the webhook URL and do the test submission or record. So you have to do a test submission or record. So what we have to do is we have to generate a dummy lead or a dummy inquiry so that Pabbly can capture the response, and then further we can create a workflow. So in order to do this, I've already created an IndiaMART account, so I'm going to open that account. So as you can see that this is a second IndiaMART account, and we are going to do the test submission with the help of this account only. So I'm going to look for Magnet Brain Software Technologies right over here, and as you can see Magnet Brain Software Technology Private Limited. So we are going to open this, and then we have to go on this Pabbly Connect, and then I'm going to click on this contact supplier, and now it is asking me for the inquiry. So where here I'm going to enter my query, which says looking for a 5-ton capacity industrial crane for our new manufacturing unit. Please provide the specifications, pricing and availability. And then we are going to click on next, and now it is asking me for the GST number. So as you can see, this is not the required field, so I'm going to leave it as blank and click on submit. And as soon as we are going to click on submit, it is saying thank you, your details have been sent to Magnet Brain Software Technology Private Limited. So yes, we have successfully did this test submission, and now what has happened is that IndiaMART has sent the details of our test submission to our workflow. So I'm going to open my workflow and check that if Pabbly has captured the response or not. So over here I'm going to open my workflow, and we are going to wait for a few seconds. And yes, you can see that we have successfully received response A. So yes, we have successfully received the response. Over here you can see the unique query ID. You can see the subject, which is requirement for empty mineral water bottles. Over here you can see the state, the pin code, the phone number. Over here you can see the sender's name. We are going to move on forward. Over here you can see the company name, the city, the address. We are going to move on forward. You can see the product name, and also over here you can see the query message which says I want to purchase empty mineral water bottle, kindly send me the price details. So you must be wondering that this is not the message which we entered in our test submission. So over here I'm using a test IndiaMART account, that's why I've received a default response. But if you're using a live IndiaMART account, you're going to receive the details of your query or of your lead right over here. But over here I'm using a test account, that's why I receive these details, which is a default response. But you're going to receive the live details. So as soon as we're going to receive this response, yes, with this we have successfully completed our trigger step, and we have successfully connected our IndiaMART account with our Pabbly's workflow. And further what I want is I want to add these new leads details in our Salesforce account. So for that we are going to select our action application as Salesforce. So I'm going to search for Salesforce right over here, and as you can see Salesforce, so we are going to select it. And as soon as we are going to select the action application, it is asking me for the action event. So where I'm going to select my action event as create lead, and then we are going to click on connect. And as soon as we are going to click on connect, it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your Salesforce account with the Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection and then connect with Salesforce. And as soon as we are going to click on connect with Salesforce, over here you can see that Pabbly is asking for some permissions. So I'm going to click on allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. You can also click on allow Pabbly save, and as soon as we are going to click on allow, you can see authorization successful. So yes, we have successfully connected our Salesforce account with our Pabbly's workflow. And as soon as we are going to connect our account, it is asking me for the details like last name, first name, company and many another details. So yes, we are going to fill in these details, but we are not going to fill it in manually, but we are going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected IndiaMART as our trigger application. So we're going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we are going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So over here I'm going to give you an example that it is asking me for the last name, right? So let's suppose that I'm going to enter the last name right over here manually like this. Then this will not change with every new response received because this is a static information and I have entered it manually. But if we are going to map this from the previous response, over here you can see the sender's name. So let's suppose that we are going to map this from the previous response, then this will definitely change because my previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping right over here to run our workflow in real time. And over here you can see that I had only a single name, which is the last name of my sender. So I've mapped these same. So if you receive the live response, you're going to receive the first name and last name both of your sender. So you can map both right over here, but I don't have the first name, so I'm going to leave it as blank. And also you can see that it is not the required field. We're going to move on forward. It is asking me for the title. So now we don't have the title. We are going to leave it as blank. It is asking me for the company. Yes, we have the company name. Over here you can see ABC Private Limited. So we are going to map it. We are going to move on forward. We are going to map the phone number. I'm going to look for phone. And as you can see the phone numbers, we are going to map it. We are going to map the email too. I'm going to search for email right over here. And as you can see sender's email. So we are going to map it. We are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the website and description. So as you can see both of these are not the required fields. So we are going to leave it as blank and move on forward. It is asking me for the lead source. So over here I'm going to keep the lead source as other. It is asking me for the status. So we are going to keep the status as open, not contacted. It is asking me for the rating. So we are going to keep the rating as warm. We are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the street. So we don't have the street details. We have the city of our sender. So we are going to map the city. As you can see Noida. We are going to map the country too. I'm going to look for country in the previous response like this. And as you can see country India. So we are going to map it. And after mapping all of these details, we are going to click on save and send test request. And as soon as we are going to click on save and send test request, yes, you can see we have successfully received a positive response that we have successfully added these lead details in our Salesforce account. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow. But I'll just open my Salesforce and check that if the details have been added there or not. So whether I'm going to open my Salesforce account, we are going to go on leads. And as soon as we are going to go on leads, you can see that in the recent items Prabhat. So we are going to open this Prabhat right from here. And yes, you can see that we have successfully added a new lead in our Salesforce account. Over here you can see the name which we entered. You can see the company. You can see the lead status. You can see the lead source. Over here you can see the rating. You can see the email. And you can see the phone number which we entered. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow. And I'll just summarize this workflow for you once. So for the trigger application, we selected IndiaMART. For the trigger event, we selected new leads. For the action application, we selected Salesforce. And then for the action event, we selected create lead, because I wanted that as soon as a new lead is received from my IndiaMART account, automatically the details of that lead should be added in my Salesforce too, so that my sales team can follow up quickly and efficiently. And yes, we were successful with our workflow too. Over here you can see the lead details which we added from our IndiaMART account to our Salesforce account. And yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow. And this workflow or this automation allows my team to maintain a centralized and organized records of all the incoming inquiries, making it easier to track customer details, product requests, and follow-up status. By automating this process, we save the valuable time on manual data entry, minimize errors, and ensures that every potential customer inquiry is addressed promptly. This leads to improved customer service and more efficient sales operation. So yes, this was it for the video. And now whenever an IndiaMART inquiry is received or IndiaMART lead is received, we don't have to come back and again to our workflow and click on save and send test request. Automatically the details for the same would be added in my Salesforce account with the help of this workflow which is going to run in the backend. So yes, this was it for the video. And if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly, you can integrate many more applications. So now, if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.